All right, you guys, welcome back to the second video of this mini series where we're discussing credit. I had some wonderful feedback from a lot of friends and family who enjoyed watching the very first video, which was a very difficult video for me to record. You know, it's really difficult for you to just kind of publicly share such private information and my struggles that I've had over the years, over a decade actually, the mistakes that I made with my credit score when I was 18, 19 years old. And that's why when people have been asking me lately, like, what's up with these chains, Jesse? Like, what's going on with that? And I just thought the chains were a perfect symbolic message. You know, I believe it's Samuel Johnson who said, and it's a great quote that I came across, the chain of habit are too weak to be felt until they are too strong to be broken. How does that tie in with my credit? You see, it was those little decisions that I was making at 18 and 19 that I didn't think were a big deal. I didn't think that they were going to catch up to me. And then one day, at 19 years old, I woke up. I woke up without the ability to make the minimum payment on my credit cards. At that point, those bonds were too strong. I didn't see it coming. I did not see this coming. And that really threw me into over a decade-year battle that brought a lot of shame into my life. You know, not being able to pick up the phone, worrying that it was a creditor. Now I'm able to pick up my phone, which is really powerful because my ability to pick up the phone is really important as a real estate agent here in Arizona. I couldn't determine whether it was a creditor or a potential buyer or seller at that time. So we're going to be discussing the 5 major factors that determine your credit score. These are things that I had no idea of. These are things that I had to learn. Because remember, things were not going to change for me until I decided to make a change. Until I decided to educate myself. And that's the purpose of these videos. So the 5 major credit determining factors that will make up your credit score are, number 1, new credit. So when you're walking around the mall and they ask you if you want to apply for a Macy's card, that would be a form of new credit. Now, you don't want to have too many new credits because that's going to show that you're at a higher risk because you're trying to take out additional debt. So you want to be very careful on that, on what type of new credit you're applying for. And we're going to go into a lot deeper conversation and tips and strategies that will help you maximize these 5 tactics. Right now, I just want you to have a basic understanding of it. So new credit will it's about 10% deciding factor of your credit score. Okay, so it's not a big one, but it is 10%. The second one, credit card utilization. Now, this is a bigger one. This is 30% that's going to determine your credit score. Credit utilization, and a simple way of looking at it is, if I have a credit card that my maximum money that they're loaning me, let's say, is $1,000. Well, when the credit card reports my information every month to the credit bureaus, it's how much did I owe at that time? What was my balance on that? A general rule of thumb is you want to be under 30%. So if I have $1,000 line of credit from a credit card company, I want to be using $300 or less. And again, we're going to go into some deeper conversations about that in future videos. The third factor is your payment history. Are you making your payment on time? Now, this is a big, big factor that's going to determine. This is 35% of your credit score. So, did you make your payment? Did you make your payment on your credit card late? If you made your payment on your credit card late, this is going to stay on your credit report for 7 years. Now, as the years go by, so let's say I missed a payment today. 5 years from now, it'll still come up on my credit report. It's not going to be such a huge factor, but it still will come out. Versus if it was a year from now, that's going to really, really affect my credit score a lot more. And again, that makes up 35%. The fourth one is your credit mix. You know, when you look at credit mixes, do you have auto loans? Do you have credit card debt? Is it home mortgage? You want to have a mixed variety of credit that you're utilizing. And this is going to determine 10% of your credit score. So not a very big one. And the fifth one, last but not least, right, is going to be your length of credit history. So I told you guys how I went from about a 483 credit score to 725. And I've kind of like peaked out at 725 because most of my credit that I have, I don't have a credit card that's 10 years old. So my length of credit is short because I screwed things up when I was young. And over the last 3 or 4 years, I started to take proactive measures, but there's nothing that I can do to have another credit card that has been showing up on my credit report for a longer time period. So that one, I'm just going to have to wait it out. And this one is going to make up 15% of your credit score. Now, some big things that I want you guys to remember when it comes to your credit score, these factors, the credit bureaus cannot take into consideration. They don't care about your age. They don't care about your salary. They don't care about your employment history. They don't care about your race, your ethnicities, your marital status, how much you make annually. They don't care. None of those factors are going to determine your credit score. None of those will. That could be a good thing and that could be a bad thing for some people. You know, I'll see people that are making 6 figures, but their credit score sucks. And even though they technically could easily make those payments, the credit bureaus see them as a financial risk because they have shown over the course of time that they cannot or will not make or lack the responsibility to make their payments. So remember, you guys, we're going to dive a lot deeper into this. I just want you guys to have a general understanding of this. But the first decision you must make is you must decide to stare that monster in the face. Stare that monster and say, you know what? Enough is enough. Today, shit changes. Today, I'm going to quit running from my past. And I'm going to face it. It's not I'm going to fake it till I make it. It's I'm going to face it till I make it.